Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good. Well, welcome down to this very special, unique celebration of Soke's 40-year anniversary in the martial arts system. As I look around, well, first of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sensei Rob Allen. I'm one of Soke's students. But we're here today to celebrate the 40-year history of Nasir. As I look around, I can see there's a lot of history here, some of which I'm familiar with, some of which I'm getting to know. But we're all here to celebrate the fact that, at least in Afro-American culture, that we can be around for the length of time that we are and pass this on to our younger generations that are here. So I'm not going to say too long or be too long-winded, but again, I want to take the time to personally welcome you. Thank you for being here, and let you know that you're in for a treat. And just again, this is a lot of history that can pass on, not only for us, but for our students and for our children as well. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you the man of the hour, Soke Rasul Nasir.
Robert just did that cold turkey. I put him on the spot because we had somebody else in mind who didn't make it. So I just put him on the spot, and I think he did good.
You did good.
He did good. Thanks everybody for coming. As you know, this is in the 5 years that we've been here, this is our third book party. Basically been my book each year. And this book, I'm gonna come back and get into it, but before I do that, I just wanted to say a few things. This book is actually the culmination of my 40 years teaching consistently. And we've been through it. And later on, I'll come back, and as I go through the pages, I'm going to point out certain things in our history so you will have a better understanding of what the book is about. Well, I have a few people I wanted to introduce who are here, so may not want to say anything, but others may. Each person has been instrumental in actually me being here. The first person is actually my wife, right there. Wife! Wife! Wife!
Wife!
Yes, sir.
They say about your backbone, that's my backbone right there.
Yes.
Next to next, Allah is first, she's right there. That's, I tell you, this project, I don't do more publishing after this. I was ready to zip it. In my office, there's a young man, if he peek his head out the door for a second, who became one of my black belts. He came out of a style called Kokshin Karate. And he came with me and got his Nidan black belt. He became a great graphics man. He's the man that put this book together. He does all my graphics. You know, we've been up and down with this and all through the mill with printers. The boy got more printers than I got more weapons. So that's like been my right-hand man through all my publishing years and stuff, other things that I've been doing. He's been a help with the graphics as well as with the martial arts and everything. So this man used to train under Masayama directly. And he don't want to train no more. And he's busy in his graphics and his photography. So you see, we got a great team. My wife has a background in literacy and education, got a couple of masters and all these degrees. I only have one degree, plus the martial arts. So those have been instrumental people in my life. To my far left, he probably didn't want no recognition because he's very shy and he's not sitting on the end over there. A great friend from Long Island. I guess it's been over, well, since 1980, I met him in 1983, 84, something like that, when his son and daughter were babies. And they came to me as young little people. Now they have grown, and one is in law enforcement, the other one works for the union in New York City. They're doing good, they both have their black belts. And I'm glad to see he's still around. Whenever I needed something done, like a hammer or a frame or do something or collect some money or whatever, go someplace to do this, do that, boom, Mr. Garcia was right there, Louis Garcia. Someone that's been in the martial arts for many years, and he was just the cover story of our last issue of Legendary Masters magazine, Grandmaster John Dinkins. I didn't know he was the kind of man he is until I actually met him. I knew of him for years. He didn't know about me until we finally met. And we both kind of like hit it off. We've been tight friends, and he's been very supportive of everything I've been doing here. And he's actually educating me too about certain things going on in the world, and giving me information for our library, and so on and so on. Grandmaster Dickens, thank you for coming.
Please.
You guys.
Please. This is a legend. This is a legend.
I'm just sorry that some of our friends, Professor Powell, George Cofield,
Us.
Thomas Powell,
Us.
Fred Hamilton, and many
Make me want to cry a little bit there. Those are some of the legends that are up there on the wall up there. Those about George Cofield, Ronald Duncan. Ronald Duncan is still around. And Ed Pugh.
I'm
George
sorry I didn't mention he was also.
That's all right. George Cofield and him were very close friends,
Yes.
and they came up in this thing together.
Yes.
So that's it's a blessing to have a legend like that still around. 70 years in this martial arts thing. We got another younger man here who is fast becoming a legend in his own right, and both in jiu-jitsu and the Kuroshido system. They call him by the rank of 8th degree black belt. Still 8th degree. He got promoted to 10th degree already. His name is Kiyoshi. Title is Kiyoshi. That's senior master. 8th degree black belt in Kuroshido. His name is Naquan Murphy. He's also a licensed firearms instructor who will be teaching firearms here at this dojo for those who want to go to the range and shoot and get a license and qualify and all that stuff. Come on up here, my brother. I know you got always. He's been also very supportive of us in the magazine. The latest issue, he's in the magazine. There's a story about him. Gave me a long interview, and I tried to give him a long coverage. So he's got it.
Appreciate that. I'm trying to get to where these brothers are. That's all I'm trying to do. And friends like them, and the support of my Soke's and Kuroshido system and so forth, and the students and people I'm meeting, I can't fail. So they got good support.
Us.
Really good support. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
I'm moving over here to my right gingerly because this guy is dangerous. This is Mr. Clyde Moore. He was also known as Robin of the NYPD Police Department, New York City. Back in his younger day, there was a team called Batman and Robin,
Oh yeah.
where he was the Robin guy.
Us.
And we go way back. I'm gonna let him tell the story how we connected because he likes to talk. But he's been a great supporter of mine since we met. And this is his first time here in the 5 years we've been in Brooklyn. And he's always threatening my life, so it's like you'll see the connection as he speaks. He came here talking junk and with his bodyguards over there, them two big henchmen right there. So the floor is yours, Clyde. You need a microphone or what? You want me to move up closer?
It's on lock.
It's locked?
Yeah, the wheels are locked.
What you trying to do, Clyde?
Both of them locked.
Test my strength. That's why. Oh, it's so much easier. Okay. Lock it up now. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Well, it is a pleasure to see this young man progress from the backyards of his house to the great building this doja is housing. It does my heart great pleasure. So I say, I know him as Rasul. He's like a son to me. The meeting of the minds and Rasul, I met Rasul, I promised not to kill him. I came to take his life in Brentwood. I was, as my brother and friend, I was deep undercover narcotics detective for the county of Soke. And my daughter came home crying. I said, what's wrong? That man made me out of breath. I told him I had asthma. He said he didn't care. I told my wife, come on, let's go see this man. So I proceeded in the three-seater where he has his dojo, knowing I had bad intention for him. When I came in the dojo, who did I see but a camouflaged individual swinging off a rope with a knife in the side. The sense told me that either you kill him and dispose your undercover or leave him alone. This man's a fool. That comes with the story of how we met. And since 4 years, we've been good friends. He's like a son to me.
Well, I thought you were gonna brag a little bit more.
We tired. Long ride home.
He came all the way from Bay Shore.
There you go.
With his 2 henchmen over there. You got stand up Herbie. Herbie is a good friend of mine, also a student. That guy right there paid me for 4 years and never showed up. He said he'll never want a black belt. But he became like a friend, a brother. And we tight now today. He can always come back in here and work out with me if you want to come back to Brooklyn. Okay, you want to say a few words? I know you got something to say. Speak. Don't still.
It's just nice to see, like the brother was saying, how far you've come up, Rasul. And you have a great following. You know, everybody's not here, but good to see. God bless.
Thank you.
That's all. Right.
To his left, right, the other henchman over there, Slop Lower, looked like a henchman there, also from Long Island, became black belt with me. They both retired Navy men, so they're warriors too. They
Army.
Okay, Army and Navy. Okay, Navy. This man, yeah, Navy. Okay, that's Dave right there. Showdown first to be black belt with me, and he's a Mr. Everything Man too. They both nurses too. So if I have to faint a little bit here. But Dave is Mr. Everything Man. He fixes up anything, builds you a building in a second. It may fall down tomorrow, but he put it up. But Dave, he's also a licensed plumber, and he's done some work here in the dojo for us, the plumbing. Too bad we can't use him now, but it's a major job. But that's Dave. That's one of my boys out from Long Island too. And this is the future here. This is this young man in a great shirt there and came with a tie on. He just joined the organization here. His name is Diego. We got some plans for him, and he's a Howard University graduate. Yeah, martial arts background also in team karate, and he's got a future with us as long as he wants to stay. And this other young man here who introduced the program is Robert Allen, also a college graduate. Never had so many college graduates in the dojo before in 40 years. I can look over the shoulder now and say, look, we got quite a few college graduates. Not here. I think if all my students that came through me in 40 years were here, I guess there would be no room to get here, come in. But he's also a well-spoken person, very polite. I guess most of you have met him already. And he'll be representing us as a teacher and sales of our Legendary Masters magazine. He's a great speaker and talented young man also. Both of them over here. So when you see them knock on your door, you know, don't run. Pull out that money. That's what it's about. We're about trying to make jobs for people. And the book is published by, I'm moving into the book now, by my company called RINN Enterprises. And our future looks bright, and we're moving towards hiring and publishing more and more books, not only mine, but Mr. Dinkins right there, Naquan's over there, and even Clyde's story, if you want to tell his story. And others. We hope and intend to publish as many books as we can. My thing is writing. You know, they say I have a background in security, but my background is I love writing, and I can sit down and write just like that. Get to the computer, it'll just flow out. And, this book didn't require a lot of writing. The idea came from my wife as a children's book. She said, you need to do a children's book with pictures. I said, okay. So as I began to look at all my pictures, some are over there, some in my office, some are on the building boards, some are out there around the front, on the walls. I got too many pictures to make a book. It's just, every time I went to them, I gotta put that in. Oh, I gotta put that in now. Do this, do that. And so that's what I did. I just kept on writing, and you know, I got to a certain amount of pictures, and I said, well, pictures without words is not too great. So I had to add some writing to it. And I wanted the writing to just give you a tidbit of what the picture was about. I think I did a pretty good job. You'll get the book in a minute. We went from black and white to color. My graphics man Dave wanted me to actually do like chapter or something like that from old days to now. But as I went through the book and went through all these pictures, I said, nah, man, I'm not going to leave it just like this. It's just going to, pictures are, you know, it just got to be too much to sit down there and figure out how you're going to put the pictures and what dates. I got to sit down and actually recollect what date that picture happened. That was just too much. Can't do that. So I said, I remember some things, I'll just put a title on it. And I got the certificates and some of the things we published in the past. And I said, okay, let's put, you know. There's a picture here with me and my wife, which you will see. You have it in your book also. It was a surprise night for us just last year when one of her girlfriends from her job sent a limo to our house to pick us up, to take us out for a night out on the town. And we knew where we were going, but we didn't know where we were going. So this limo drove up, and I said, somebody getting married? And he was honking the horn, the wedding song, and we jumped in and went off to Tavern in the Green. And her pictures on, the young lady, her girlfriend that sponsored that night with her man, their pictures here. There's a special page where this robe that I'm wearing now has a page by itself. I think it's 144. And it explains what this robe is about. And just briefly, Wally and Cooper, get the chair for me if you can. Cooper, come up here, please.
Oh, okay.
Come over here, Cooper. Over here. This is page 144, talks about this road. The road was made by one of my students named Lionel Edwards. He's my highest ranking black belt. He's also an excellent tailor who makes certain outfits for certain legendary martial artists also. He made this for me back in '94. And he said he would never make another one like it. So I said, okay, when I was doing this book, I said, this robe that I'm wearing now will only be worn by a Soke, whether it be male or female, who heads the Nasir organization. So when I leave this earth, this robe will be passed down to that person. So at the end of the bottom of the page, there's a line there where I sign that statement. There's a written statement where I make about this robe, and I sign it, so it's official. So the next person that you see outside of me wearing this robe will be the next Soke to all my students. See that student? We did some serious graphic work on it, and I say serious, it took a lot of detail, time, consuming effort to lay out certain figures. You'll see figures by itself. These guys are throwing knives. Even my wife is in there, in that group. There's special moments here at the dojo, at this location, where the students surprised me with a birthday party and then gave me a whole lot of gifts, and I went home and opened up the gifts, from knives to sweaters, swords to sweaters, books. Real old pictures. Some of my first students back in 1970, as they were walking down the street. There's a special page that was dedicated, 2 pages that were dedicated to my 4 years at Adelphi University, where I taught martial arts on the campus to the students on the campus. The guy I'm standing there with, his name is Tony Cole. He was supposed to be here today also. One of the guys that I've become good friends with since college. And some of the other people who are very important here, even up to this day. One of them is a big contributor to the dojo at this point financially. She's over in Iraq, serving the country in the military. She makes her financial donations on a consistent basis. I didn't even have to ask. Told her what I was doing, whatever you need, it's okay. So she sends a couple of checks here and there. Her name is Sue Rodriguez. There's also some artwork. One of my other skills is I like to draw. And in drawing, I like to do facial drawings. So when I don't have anything else to do besides use the computer, I'll get down and start drawing a face or whatever. I can sketch everybody's head face, and you probably want to give me $100 for it, right?
At least.
When you see the book, you'll see that somebody else did me. Happy Crump did this one. You don't know Happy Crump. That's one of also the legends in the martial arts. He drew a picture of me in my office as I was sitting there. And hope he's doing okay, because he was supposed to be here today. And another student did a little piece of artwork of their Soke down here. So we try to inspire them to do things. There's a moment where we went to the beach. If you've never been to the beach for a beach workout, then it's an experience you're missing. I know they've done a lot in Coxine. We've done a lot of it here in the years that I've been teaching my students, different beaches that we go to. And special graphic work was done on this. Dave probably can tell you more about what it took to put some of these things together, because he did actually the tightening up of the graphics. There's a special effect on this picture here of me working the Ninjato sword And there's another ghost figure on the wall of me that he put in. I asked him to do it, you know. I said, I think that would look cool. So you'll see it. I look like an old man, real gray. Everything is gray. But he did a tremendous job on putting this together. And y'all know me, some of y'all know me that much that I'll never forget my mother. So Garcia knew my mother, some of my guys from Long Island knew my mother, and she's always in everything that I do.
Yes, sir.
So she's got that recognition.
Yes, sir.
And the angels tell her about it in paradise. Okay, now this picture needs some explanation. This is one of the this is a one-of-a-kind picture. Actually, the original picture is just with the three. Moses Powell, Ronald Duncan, and George Cofield. But through the talents of my great graphics man, Dave Johnson over there, he was able to put in Ed Pugh because he knew them all. And he was a student under Moses Powell and George Cofield. And good friends with Duncan, who's still around out in Long Island. And I said, well, why not stick me in there too? Because these are the four men that I mentored in the martial arts. My direct teachers. I consider Ed Pugh as my absolute teacher. But the rest, I had the opportunity to work under. And my relationship with Ronald Duncan is like one of mentorship. They say sometimes when they see me on the floor, they see him. I should say vice versa though. But he's been around in this thing 70 years. They're two 70 years men right here. So I just pray that I'm around long enough like that too, 70 years. I'm ready to retire now. I'm trying to get this stuff up.
You got a long way to go.
But these guys, this is a classic picture. You won't find this nowhere. This picture here, you won't find it nowhere else. And I know once it gets out of here, people may do all kinds of things with it. You know, put it on YouTube and internet and all that other stuff. And Duncan gonna call me, Rasul, why that picture get out there like that? And he didn't really like that idea for me, you know, to expose his picture. You know, he wanted to keep it just private. But, you know, this is part of my history. So this is my family, these are my mentors. I hope he respects that. He has no problem with it.
That was your idea also, right? The street?
Yeah, I asked them to stand together and take this picture. I had a photographer with me, one of my buddies back then. We were working for a New York magazine, and we were at this martial arts event. And I asked them to stand together to take this picture. And I never used the picture until now. This was back in the 80s, middle 80s, early 80s, somewhere, at a martial arts event. So they stood there gladly. They took the picture. Each one of them had a copy of it. Cofield had a copy, Moses Powell had a copy, and Duncan had a copy. And I had my copy. So take it and frame it, put it in your wall, whatever you want to do with it. It's just a blessing to have this opportunity to see this picture like that together. And like Grandmaster Dinkins said, they're gone, they're not here anymore. But I say to my wife all the time, I wish they worked so they can see this place. There's not many martial artists would take the chance to open up a commercial operation like this here in New York City. We made the attempt, and we're trying to hang in there with the attempt. But it's rough, it's rough. So I asked Mr. Chief Grandmaster James Cooper to sit up here on my side because we go back as classmates under Ed Pugh many moons. And he's also the cover story of our latest issue of the magazine, Legendary Masters. And my wife and Dave said, man, you gave him a lot of spread, a lot of pages in the magazine. I said, because he deserved it. You know, and we go way back. He got a lot to say. I didn't print the whole interview. Gee. But my thing is, if I capture the history of men like him and others, and those that are out there, I'm doing something other people are not doing. And I'm capturing a market, as I was explaining to my younger students over there, that no one else has captured yet. Black belt won't do it. Inside Kung Fu won't do it. But legendary masters will do it, and is doing it. So though we're only quarterly, we plan on getting to everybody, wherever they may be. If I'm gone, we intend to keep the magazine going some kind of way with somebody coming up and becoming the publisher or the editor or whatever. But we're laying the ground for it to happen. And we'll see how far it goes. But with your support, it'll keep going. It'll keep publishing. If you haven't picked up a copy of Legendary Masters, try to get one before you leave. I'll take out a subscription.
You got a copy of this so we can see?
We need, go get one in office. We need, see, he was slick, you know where they at. See, he's the one that put them all together, most of them. And so, this book party will be culminated by some cake and some apple cider. We don't serve any alcohol. Just juice and water. And you can mingle and shake hands and chat. I will sign everybody's book if you want me to sign it, just ask. You just may want to take the book and leave. This is the latest copy of Legendary Masters magazine. We copied this size after Jet magazine. We said, let's make a magazine that's the same size as Jet so they can just put it in their pocket and just go, no big thing. So after looking at the Jet, I said, well, we're not going to put a lady in there with a bathing suit. We're not about that. We're going to put a woman, and we're going to call her a woman of distinction. And we've been doing this ever since we've been covering, publishing the magazine. So each time there'll be a different woman here. Each time there'll be a different legend here. And one day that legend will be on the cover. So this is magazine. This is it. These are my focuses: the magazine and publishing martial arts books. Books that need to get out there. We also published a book by one of my younger students not long ago. Mother didn't really want me to get out, but we did that. It's about the same size as this. He wrote a little story, and we published it for him. Printed it up, made it look good. He hooked it up. All I did was some of the, text to make sure that right, but he was the graphics man behind it. And we published it for her, and she was happy, and he was happy. So she got a little young author of them, a little son. I think he was about 7 years old. So his name was Mosiah. And I'm going to close my mouth a little bit here now and let my classmate and also legend in some martial arts. I don't recognize myself as a legend. These guys are so much older than me. I'm just 55 years old. This is a legend right here. That's a legend right there. And all the guys I just showed you in the book. But before I do that, one of my very first students is here. And I always like to give him recognition because he was, he old enough to be my daddy. And that man right there, Wali Muhammad. And he always show up wherever I do something, and he's always been very supportive. Stand up, Wally. That's one of my first students. I was teaching the mosque over there on Madison Street, and we were up there on the second floor working out. And you come back here in May, I'm gonna give you an honorary black belt. May, second Saturday, May, I'm telling you, before all my students, this man gonna be an honorary black belt in Nasir. One of my very first students, and still loyal and dedicated to helping his teacher as much as he can.
You're unforgettable, my brother.
Thank you.
Good.
So would you, sir, honor us with a few words of your choosing?
Oh, okay, you let me know when it's been a big thing, I've got to, all that.
I figure you'd be ready anyway, you know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me up. I'm very glad to be honored to be here. And when you've been around a little bit, well, you like to see people persist. I know, based on several people who started dojos before, that it's the world's hardest thing if you don't live in a rich neighborhood with a lot of with a lot of people who have money. And so, and sometimes people are not used to paying dues so much. You got the bill coming in each and every month without fail. And I know I did it briefly for a little while, and so I admire him for doing this. And plus that, most of the guys I know don't publish or write or do pictures and stuff like that. And they don't recognize so much, I won't name any names, their teachers. Some of you might know, even indirectly, who I'm talking about. They'll put themselves out, put themselves on a DVD or put themselves on a video, but the one who taught them was not even, they won't even get a beat. So I admire him doing that. When I first met at Pew, I admired him because almost the first thing he said was, Moses Powell was my teacher. And I know several of Moses Powell's students who never said that Moses Powell was a teacher. And when the first time I met Moses Powell, he said, Professor B's my teacher. I know several people who don't, including my Korean karate, who never had a teacher. They just came out of the womb, and all of a sudden they were ninth grade. So that, to me, that raises a person in my estimation immediately. They talked about his forebears. And he's one of, Soke is one of the few people that gets Mr. Pugh's name spelled right. Usually people spell it P-U-G-H. He's the only one I know that spells it P-O-U-G-H the right way. So I said, that's the whole thing. That's a wonderful thing. And so sometimes it's discouraging to keep doing it. Don't get full appreciation, and then you train. And because when you teach, as most of you know, you're not just teaching. You're giving part of yourself. And you're very proud of what you're doing. You like what you're doing. And when you see your students excel, you feel good. You feel really fantastic. And when they leave without saying anything or desert you, it's a free country. They can do what they want. So that makes you value the ones who stay even more. Even more. So I just, if I can, I'd like to help out a little bit because he's very persistent. He won't quit. He keeps training and all that sort of stuff. And he's trying to do something right here that I think we need.
Yes.
That's why I also, I don't know all of you, but I know that Mr. Dingens has something. He's maintaining, giving us an example. And we need examples of men who are ready, willing, and able to teach and keep on doing it and keep on and promote the same values and give us the youngsters something else to do besides some of the unfortunate things we do. I got involved about 10 years ago, and I gave up the money quick. I said, should I take the gun? Nah, I'll just do it. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did not, because there was a guy behind me with a car that had a gun in it. But anyway, when I reported to the precinct that I had this problem, they showed me a book of potential substance. There were 3 books this thick of nothing but young black men. Now, I'm a school teacher. I did that for 30 years, and I retired. I had 5 kids of my own. When I saw all those young men who could have been junior high school teachers, junior high school students and high school students, they looked really, really young. I felt really terrible. And after I looked through the first book, I couldn't look through any more. Because as a father, and as someone who wants to see men go up and be strong and take care of business, they got sucked in by the system. So I stopped. I didn't care if I never got caught, because it was a young black man and 2, I guess a Hispanic who needed extra money that night. So that was a terrible thing. So we need examples of people like Soke here, and Soke Dingens, and the rest of you to teach, to give them something else to look at, to give them examples to aspire to, and to keep on doing it, and to push them to further heights of excellence. So I know that sometimes Soke gets discouraged, he teachers, because as a father figure, I won't take so much more of your time. As a father figure, when you bring someone comes in, you see them like you can shake them, make them build that strength up, build all their potential, and give them self-discipline. And as I was saying, when I train my own children, if they have a little problem, you know they can solve the problem outside. So you might teach them how to love, but you also teach them how to get through life. And those are all valuable, valuable things to do. My 3 kids who allowed me to train them until they got to be black belt, all 3 of them graduated college. The other 2, who were too strong, too independent to do it, did not. And succumbed to different problems. So, as you know, you're teaching basic values also, life values. Beyond karate and jiu-jitsu and all these other things. You're teaching life values. And that's beyond important. It's just really fantastic. Okay, so I got another hour, right? No, okay. So thank you very much. That's all I got to say.
He's also a big supporter of the magazine, not because he's on the cover, but because of the, he sees the effort that we're trying to do and develop here. He's also volunteered his time to help me edit next issue.
You got that right.
So we don't have funds right now where we can hire a staff and say, give you a desk, give you a desk, give you a desk. But we're trying to develop different ways to make things happen like that, put money in people's pockets. And as we continue to grow, we'll get there, God willing. That's part of the plan. Own this building, build a 2nd floor, put Legendary Masters up on the 2nd floor. People be coming to work full time, taking up more parking space out there in the street or something. But that's the plan. That's what we want to do. Yeah, I'm going to get to a point where I can not teach every day. Right now I'm teaching 6 days a week. At one point I was teaching 6 days, sometimes 7 days. And I'm looking to get my black belts out here more often than develop them and get this program even stronger. We've been in the public school system through PS5. We plan on reaching out more this year, get some jobs. So that those kids can come in here during the school day and learn some martial arts and the disciplines required. We had daycares at private schools last year. We plan on doing the same thing this year. So those things can happen. And young men like him can work and earn a living. I always joke with Clyde, so me and him go way back. He's a little tough guy. Well, okay, that's it. You have a little red stub in your hand and your pocket somewhere. Bring, if you want to come up one by one or make a line or whatever. Now, if you want me to sign the book, I'll sign the book. If not, you can give me your stub and I'll give you your book. And if you want to say sit and mingle or leave, it's up to you. We have cake, Rush. We have. Oh, my wife said somebody has to toast me. So Dave, you good with toasting? You want to do it? Dave, Herbie, 2 of my biggest supporters out in Long Island. What happened to Garcia? Where you go?
Just stepped out for a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay. So when we do that, you can toast. Go from there. You got your stuff. Come on up and I'll give you a book and you can sit down and look at it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me about it. Don't everybody rush at one time.
I want the right signature about it. Don't be signing nobody else.
I think you're doing a great idea.
You smart guy, boy. You got a page in there. Put it on your.
Oh, your page, yeah.
You got a number in there. Fine.
I got my glasses, so now I might be able to find it.
D-E-I, right? Say it slow. D-E-I.
No, sorry, D-I-E.
This one?
Nice deal, right there. Okay, terrific.
Is David?
Okay, great.
You need a gold pen. You need a gold pen. They don't like sign.
Well, that's red. I was thinking it was red. The one you black
Yeah,
red.
red is good.
Okay.
It's an extra special.
It's fine.
Thank you very much. It's all good.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a nice occasion. We don't have a number of these.
And you're right. Here's your parents.
Yes.
Rasul, the brother.
Wonderful.
Tyler.
That one too.
Congratulations, Dad. Yes.
Right now, I'm going forward.
Russell, yeah.
On the back.
So I'll do this. All right, terrific. H-E-R-B-I-E?
Yes, H-E-W. H-E-W-U-R-T.
H-E-W? B-E-R-T. Wow.
Soke.
Just want to see you.
You're right about the community. And that's us in
Yeah.
we need,
Yeah, I want to do a little fancy. If you don't mind.
When I get a gold pen, I'll come up here.
we know they're see, I'm the same way when I go to see her, I keep away from
I have the page.
my son Tyler.
All right, perfect. You can make it out to Tyler too.
Tyler, T-Y-L-E-R?
Yes. Okay.
Put your name on.
Oh, you can use both of them. Both of them.
Doing like
164. You will have these books on sale.
We're gonna try to have some more. We got some more coming.
You have any extras of this right now?
No, no issues.
Why? I want to get fat. Leave me alone, will you? Fat, okay, fatter.
Are you happy with your book?
I am. Yes, indeed. Looking in here, people in here now, man.
So many years.
I always thought about maybe not.
Are you happy with your book?
Actually, I am. Going through it and taking a trip down memory lane, seeing what I know, seeing what I don't know. It's an excellent, outstanding book. Glad to hear it.
Good seeing you. Sorry about that.
Good. Then I had the training.
You gentlemen have anything to say about the event?
Well, my name is Sinclair Williams, and I'm Viennese Jiu-Jitsu, and I got the utmost respect for their style, their techniques, and I like the way the master was talking. He was talking about politics, and he was bringing a wide range of different topics: education, helping the children, getting young men jobs. I definitely agree with that 100%, and the neighborhood definitely appreciates it. So I say us.
Murphy, I have a new mentor and a very good friend. That's okay. That's why I'm here to support him. Because he speaks, I speak. It's the type of thing that I believe in. Finally get better.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.
How you feeling? How you feeling? We got some memory, right? Well, I can remember everything. Sorry? Oh, okay.
He trained me for nothing in New York
Is this the too, man.
He's trying to, yeah. I serve. He likes that union stuff.
Thank you.
Try to hold the fort down. 2 more years with them.
136 in the record. There's 4. Hold the fort.
Hold it down. Peace.
Do you remember Dixon? Gunga
Longer than the water barrel. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And James Boyd, he was a gunner on the double A, the 90 million with the critical leg.
I got his picture. I see him. They still have a museum in there. I know who you're talking about. His picture's still up in
He lost that leg in Germany.
Right.
That was
His picture's still in the army, standing strong.
He's a year older than
I'd be pleased with that.
It's dedicated to
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you have any comments you'd like to make?
Not right now.
Do you have any comments you'd like to make? Okay.
I'm not a fool to say anything either or right. You know what I mean? But she knows the deal. And I love him the first time I started off with his first teacher. Then from there I went to other guys. I met Duncan. I met
it's a blessing. I'm still among the living. That's always a good thing. Absolutely. Definitely. When he called me, absolutely. You strong you know, they got this saying about as we know, many of them first so called
first one I saw him just Professor Charlie Sparrow. That was the first one I saw it. I ain't never seen him just before. So when I saw it, man, I like the finger locks coming on over the brakes. The rap on the floor, the snapping the joints. I mean, there's nothing better than joint snapping, you know? Then with the Wing Chun, and I kept
Yeah, okay. Man, everybody stop for a minute. Everybody please stop for a minute. Please stop for a minute. Please stop for a minute. Come here, Donnie. Look, not Donnie no more. Dog, boy. This is one of my first meetings out in Wyandotte, Long Island, back in 1979 or 1980. He never got black belt, but he went away to college.
and became a computer scientist, engineer with some IBM. He makes them, builds them, destroys them, I guess, sometimes. And he got married, got family, moved here to Brooklyn. I ain't seen him since. But I stayed in contact with his mom, and she's the director at a daycare. Wow, boy, he got great too. Look at him. And look at the pictures right here. Let me put out the pictures.
Since you making an announcement, today is my 40th birthday. 40? What? It's my 40th birthday. I got 4 children. 4? And I gotta say, I never would have made it through some of the perils that were in my environment without this man here. Yes, sir. So thank you so much. Good example. I was telling Sensei Dawood that I'm 40 years old. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that stuff, and that's part of you, brother. I'm a vegan. I don't eat no animals. That's part of you.
Make my day, yeah, boy. There, go my house. Thank you. It's in here somewhere. It's back here. Remember we went to the tournament?
That's right. The white picture in here. Yeah, I had a hard time fixing that picture up, but it came out looking good.
It's in here, back in. Anybody see it back there? There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Look at that, Donnie. See, I ain't forget you.
What page?
Look at that. What page? 160, page 160.
I still got that trophy.
Wow.
I still got that trophy.
Wow, look at that.
That trophy I gave to my #1 student every year. Now we call it the Nasir Cup. But that was called the Mukmin Trophy back then. Page 160. And he had on our first t-shirt.
That's right.
And mommy was very supportive. She put that t-shirt, I did it by hand too.
That's right.
I did that, I wrote it by hand, made the t-shirt up, boy. Wow. And he was he never feared tournaments. He went to tournaments and he fought. He fought.
I remember they cheated at that point. I remember they cheated.
Wow.
I love you, man.
Love you too, man. What's your name now? Now I know you changed to Abnani. Sa'am now. That's good. Call my brother Sa'am. You got an old ID card. Look at business card.
That's right.
Thank you. Let me finish signing this. I'm gonna talk to you. Over there also by my wife over there, turn around, you ever look at her, she's also in the book. Miss Tuma. She was the director. Here she's on page 120.
Oh my God.
She's on 120. I think she's on a couple other pages too. She was the director of the daycare across the street called John Edward Bruce Daycare. Something like that. John Edward Bruce. And she came over here and told me I'm going to teach her kids. She didn't ask me nothing. She came over here and said, that little brother said, are you going to teach my kids? And we made the deal and she sent them over and we had a great relationship while she was there. So she's been very supportive through the years and I can only wish the best for her, but that's Miss Tuma there. You want to know anything about children in daycare? Go see her right there. She got it. That's my wife, the elementary school teacher. Thank you, Miss Tuma, for coming. Wow, that was a pleasure.
I looked at that book, and you know what I have to do?
I'm trying to see, bro.
I got to also buy some things too.
Yeah, I was supposed to be his first podcast, but I didn't.
Man, I'd love to come in here. I got me 5 copies.
We making celebrities here now. See what we doing? You got that right?
we have
But what's important, you guys?
That was my jam. Every was my jam. See, I was I
we got to arrange something to be there?
How's the kid doing?
Trying to catch William Cash.
I'm in Manhattan, but I just like
Black College.
Where you at?
on the east side. And Second Street. No, they don't have anything there, and they're not about to get out of something. They're not really us. I'm not happy.
Microsoft, living in Brooklyn, increasing the service that.
Yes, huge. My goal got
Because what happens, I like doing the computer thing, but I like helping people more. So,
Thank you very much.
meditate and give me capability to really help people out more.
Because I'm right.
Go see my wife at the door. They cut it out. She give me one of these stuff here.
What do you mean? They got a new college up in Bayshore, in Long Island. Oh, really? Yeah. Check it out.
Thoreau, yeah. There's another school that's really good called New York. It's called New York Institute of Oriental